In our last episode of Sailing Nervous, we were finally able to raise the mainsail. The reason we didn't raise the foresail is because my friend told me not to, because our baby stay is still needing to be fixed, which is one of the reasons we're going up to his dock in Annapolis. We're going to be taking care of a lot of things up there. So it was so wonderful to raise the sail. It showed that Amy and I had done it correctly. We had installed the second reef line, and we had tied the bowlines right and installed the sail right, and we had measured the sail correctly as well. And so it was just really a thrill to raise that mainsail. So we're coming in to Annapolis, to my friend's house. It's coming back to our home port. Haven't been here in many a year. Do not fear or shed a... So we entered into busy Annapolis, and we headed up to Whitehall Bay, which is just a little bit past Annapolis. We were headed to my friend's dock. One of the things that was requested of me was that I back into my friend's slip. And the reason for that was because then it would be a lot easier to enter and exit the sailboat, amongst other things. But I found it very, very difficult to back into the slip. Why? Because when I put the boat in reverse, my stern pulls to the left. Why is that? It's because the way the propeller turns, it's very difficult for me to go straight back. So I tried it once, tried it twice. After 3 times, I thought, I just can't do it. Maybe I'll just head in bow first, and then later my friend can show me how to back out, and then we can put it back in the way that he liked. Now, another mistake that I made was everything on a boat is the responsibility of the captain. And when we got there, my friend tied up while I tidied some other things up, and then we left fairly quickly as Amy picked us up. But I was the one responsible as captain to make sure that that boat was tied up properly, and it wasn't tied up properly for a couple different reasons. And the way these pillars are kind of unique to the Chesapeake. There are many, many different situations, many different docks and piers and slips that a captain will encounter, and each one sometimes requires different techniques. That's why I love this book that I have by Captain Tom Tersey on docking maneuvers. But it takes a lot of practice, and backing up into one of these slips is something that's been very difficult for me. So I was mortified to find later that because I didn't oversee the tie-up properly, the boat actually moved. And so my friend had to deal with that and then turn the boat around on their own. So that lesson was my mistake. The buck stops here for a captain on a boat. It's always the captain's responsibility to see that things are done right. And so this mistake was my fault, my responsibility. And that's one of the things I'm going to have to learn, is how to tie up better, especially using spring lines and being able to navigate any situation when it comes to docking. So what's next for Yab Yum? What's next for Sailing Nervous? Well, we've been gone for several years. Annapolis we left from, and Annapolis we return. We have a long list of things to fix on this boat. We have these brand new sails to install and to go out on the Chesapeake Bay and learn how to sail it properly and get more experience. And the goal is to get everything fixed that needs to be fixed, and then to head out at the end of hurricane season to be able to go further, to be able to go longer, and to be able to really have an awesome cruising experience, and to keep filming it for all of you. So thanks for watching, and these next episodes are going to be fix-it stuff.
You see the stars all shining round.